Feel like a little mascot.
You have nothing to fear but clowns themselves.
What was on radio?
What the fuck was that?
What the hell was that? I'm trying to work out which one was it.
A comedy chat show. We have no idea what the topics are. We all chat about it's all left to chance. My name is Keris Nelms. I am back with these bunch of fucking weirdos.
Oh,
and
you love us.
how I missed them. Like a hole in the head. This is good though, guys. I'm still in the Cotswolds in Woodland Edge. We got Love Dev back with us. Love
Hello.
Dev. Hiya, Love Dev.
Hey, bang.
I can never see you say your surname without going Barbega.
Barbega or Barbados.
Across the universe.
Remind everybody where you are in the country.
I am on Warren Hill Road in King's Standing.
Don't
Where is
say you're
Getting more and more
number?
specific.
What number?
Go find him.
128 Warren Hill Road. Okay, cool. That's where he is. We got the fantastic Jonathan Mayer.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm fine, babe. How are you this week? All right?
Well, I've been a bit mental, what with the world on fire, but struggling through with the use of alcohol.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you drinking tonight?
Oh, vodka, darling. Always vodka. It's fewer calories and more unconsciousness. That's what I say.
Just straight vodka.
Well, I did put in a mixer earlier, but I seem to have got through that.
And remind us where you are in the UK, my little
I'm in Manchester, in Moss Side. You're not allowed to come and find me because it's
Moss
dangerous.
Side.
Yeah,
It's not a nice place, is it? Is it?
It is a nice. Actually, it's nicer than you think. I mean,
Is it
obviously,
up and coming?
I think it's been and gone.
Okay,
but
cool,
it's you just don't deal drugs and they leave you alone.
Oh, there we go then. Perfect. And then we got Harriet. You right, love?
All right, we're awesome.
I'm all right, my darling. Remind everybody where you are.
I'm currently in Brittany, the south of France.
Okay. It's really weird.
It's
You
pretty
take
in
the
the
same interior with you, just so you've got your home
Green
comfort.
She's in a TARDIS.
Green screen.
There we go.
Hello, Zoe.
Evening.
Hello, Zoe.
How are you all? Good.
Evening it's.
Joined in before. Please share the link so we can get more viewers. That'd be lovely. These three are bloody mental. I can't tell you. I've literally just got the document about.
Yeah.
Brittany.
It isn't the south of France. It's the north of France. I thought it was. Can I say I'm very upset about these banners because every time one comes on, it's like me and Harriet are wearing a yashmak.
Well, I've got that. Can you see the one on my head?
You've just got live 3 minutes and 28.
And I've got one right directly over my forehead that you guys can't see. Anyway, you can't see that one. It's just saying these three guys are a bunch of cunts. We're back with this nonsense. I've missed you guys because my last couple of weeks have been quite normal and quite sane. Hi, Harriet and everyone. Hi,
Loving this.
Keith.
Hi.
Hello, Zoe.
We always do with these three. We did give them the option. Are you like, have you run out of weird facts about yourselves? And they're like, of course we haven't. These three are mental. So these three facts relate to what either Love Dev, Jonathan, or Harriet. You can join in, send your comments in. Jim will put them across the bottom. Who do you think these comments relate to? These facts relate to. Fact one: who knew a girl whose kids got taken into care because she left them with a group of swans? So you think that's Love Dev, Jonathan, or Harriet? Fact number two.
A group of swans is called a bevy. I did not know that.
We're learning. Not only is
Every
it
day.
and
Every
just
day.
silly. This is silly fun. We're learning
Bevy.
stuff
A
today,
bevy
guys.
of swans. It sounds
We're
quite
not
common.
laughing, we're
swans.
learning.
You thought it would sound something quite a collegiate of swans, but no, a bevy.
Yeah, bevy.
Quite
Fact
scally
number
swans.
two, whose dad almost brought home Norman?
Oh.
I like that. Almost.
What, as a pet?
Almost.
Nearly.
Doorstep and was like,
Nearly.
nah. Fuck off, Norman. And fact number 3, whose adult teeth started to grow above their baby teeth? So for a while they had a double layer of lashes. How sexy could that be? Love Dev, Jonathan, or Harriet? So if you think you know who those facts relate to, I don't know which one that relates to. Probably all of them. All of them belong to Harriet. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers. You can also join in. Like I said, Jim from Comedy Hotspot is along there. He'll put your comments along the bottom and I can read them out as soon as I can. And you can also donate if you have any spare cash. We're going to get straight on. Let's spout some nonsense. We've got some discussion points. I haven't read these yet because I like the element of surprise. And to be honest, 2 out of these 3 people always surprise me.
I've got a serious one this week.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprising.
You were doing something, weren't you? And you went. You've got a serious one, have you, Harriet? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. We'll go for that. We'll go for Love Dev first because Love Dev's just, I don't know where he plucks them from. He just plucks them from his ass, I think. If I am drunk and a mosquito bites me, will it also get drunk? Or just die from alcohol poisoning? Love Dev. Please elaborate for us. What are your views on this?
Well, we had lovely weather, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago? Really nice weather.
Yeah.
I've been out in the garden most of the night time,
Having a bit of
drinking.
Time.
During the evening, you know what I mean? And just drinking, chilling. And I noticed I got bitten a couple of times. So I sat in the garden thinking, I bet that's a mosquito. I wonder if that mosquito's going to get drunk.
And
Are
did
you drunk
Google
now?
to see if that happened?
Pardon?
No, I haven't Googled it, no.
You haven't Googled it. You just like the element of not knowing.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's not a
And
debate if you
obviously-
find out, is it?
The alcohol poisoning side, obviously, because it consumed far too much more alcohol than it should. So do you reckon it would have to go to the mosquito hospital into A&E to have it stomach done? Right?
Stomach.
I
mean,
they're only small, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's true.
All they need is like a drop of blood, and that's full of alcohol, isn't it?
Well, exactly. So do you reckon you killed it? What were you drinking?
What wasn't I drinking? I was drinking cider. Started off with cider, then I had some rum.
Was that not the most macho answer ever? What were you drinking? What wasn't I drinking?
It was only 2 things.
Mosquitoes like to drink.
What wasn't I drinking? Well, nearly everything, it turns out.
1 second. Favourite tip or mosquitoes' favourite colour. Mosquitoes have got a favourite colour. Hang on.
I bet it's brown.
Ultraviolet, red.
That's why I got bitten.
Do you not find your brown skin's an advantage? Because I find all I have to do is hang out with white people and they get bitten to fuck, and the mosquitoes ignore me because obviously the brown skin is thicker. It's harder work, and so as long as I'm with somebody fair, I'm all right.
Hi, Ian Kerris.
Hi, Dean Kerris.
Well,
Watch
They're
your
like a
Ross show.
shield. You could be like a shield, Harriet.
Hang on. Right. So what's your opinion on this?
Well, I tell you what I do know. I do know that in like Mediterranean nations, that when the grapes fall off the vines, they ferment, and the hedgehogs come along and eat them and get drunk. And there's quite a lot of animals that do that to get drunk. They go and eat fermented fruit and get drunk. So maybe the mosquitoes like buzz around people they know to be drinkers, going, "Do you fancy a night out?"
Oh, we could smell alcohol.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't make it because they used to drink gin and tonics, didn't they, to get quinine to avoid malaria? Maybe the gin was part of the attraction for the mosquitoes.
Don't wasps do that as well? I'm sure they drink
Gin and tonic. I don't think they do.
I'm sure there was an article about wasps and bees getting drunk on beer gardens.
Fermented. No, not beer garden. Oh, they might do because it's sugar, isn't it? Alcohol is sugar. But they certainly go for fermented fruit, like insects and animals. Sorry.
Harriet, any thoughts on being alcoholics?
Well, once
That says it all.
Define alcoholic.
Define mosquito. I got very drunk, and then my mum always used to leave the key to my back door under the mat outside. So I got the key, went to get in the house, and I was so pissed that I ripped the curtains off the back door, and then was like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna go to sleep now." So then I wrapped myself in the curtains. My bottom half was outside in the garden and got rained on, and then I woke up with a newt. You know them little lizards?
What?
A newt in my pocket.
In your pocket?
Yeah.
In your pocket? I'm not going to ask what pocket you're talking about.
I had a shirt, a top pocket, and I had
Did you put a newt in your pocket, or did the newt go, "This looks like a nice new burrow"?
No, I think it was trying to get out of the cold into the warm, but just made it out of my body. So I've got a very long body.
We were talking about mosquitoes, right?
Yeah, but that's what I know.
Wow.
Brilliant.
What a conversational Nazi you are, Keris.
No, as much as we're talking nonsense and spouting nonsense, mosquitoes are more attracted to drinkers, and no one is quite sure why. And this leads us to another question. It says, do mosquitoes feed on inebriated humans get drunk themselves? There is very little research, but some
amazingly
said, I expect the answer is no, because the blood alcohol level is going to be so low.
Do you know what? So there's a gap in the market. So we could all ask for. Oh, hello, David.
Hello, David.
Hello, David.
So
we are the Fab Four.
We
You're
could
quite
all
right.
ask for a scientific loan to do research, and then the research is just like in the garden, get drunk with loads of newts and mosquitoes.
Got to get them involved.
With all animals. We'll try all animals. And obviously, there has to be one sort of original subject. So I'll just be drunk, and then the rest of you can have a different animal.
Well, we have to be the bloody control. That's not fun.
I don't drink anymore.
I love that. You can imagine the meeting. Well, doctors, we're here to decide whether or not we should research a cure for AIDS, research a cure for coronavirus, or find out whether mosquitoes get drunk. Fuck it, let's do mosquitoes.
Right, anyway, if you're watching at home, please share the link for us so we can get more viewers. That'll be lovely. You can also comment. Jim's going to be putting them along the bottom, and I'll read them out as soon as I get to them. We're going to go to Harriet, one of Harriet's now. If you had, newts can be the placebo. There we go. Harriet, if you had to sleep in a bed made entirely out of hair of someone in this group, whose hair would it be? Now, I'm a bit concerned that the only hair I can think of that you could be sleeping in of Jonathan's is his pubes. But Harriet, well, whatever. I bet
he's shaved.
Maybe the reason I'm bald, I've stored a gorgeous mattress of silky hair.
So Harriet, what's your answer to this? Who, if you had to sleep in a bed made entirely out of the hair of someone in this group, who would it be?
It would have to be Love Dev, because his wife doesn't she oil you up or something?
Oh yeah, that's why.
You're lovely.
Yes. Well, I've started dyeing my beard now. I try and look after myself.
Just on one side, though, it's quite white on the other side. It's like a black side.
No, I left that on purpose.
It's like, do you remember the DeMarco DeMarco from EastEnders?
Did you have that?
The mother, Rosa. The mother had that grey streak. That's like.
Yeah.
And the bride.
Well, that's all natural. That.
Well,
and Mrs. Munster as well. She had
Mrs. Munster.
And
so
Storm
Love Deb
from X-Men.
Grey, black, silky, slight wave to
There's
it.
a lot of hair on me.
So that's why there's enough. It'll be a comfortable
Proper.
bed.
I mean, I could. All three of you could sleep on.
Well, now there's an offer I wasn't expecting.
Let's
do this shit.
Edinburgh 2012 all over again.
Yes, come sleep with us.
When did you live together?
Oh
No.
no, it was a
No,
whole.
but we had some moments, didn't we?
Oh my
We had
God.
some moments.
like that, like some long.
Was he looking at your
Absolute
tits, lady? Was he?
That's why she's wearing that top.
Exactly. Love Dev looks like it has too much product.
I
Fucking hell,
agree.
Joe, go
I
in there.
agree. It looks
Yeah,
crispy.
I imagine it. What does it look like when it hasn't got product on it?
It starts curling up. My hair does,
But even better.
and it does
Bouncy.
like
Even better.
Bouncy.
Yeah.
It looks quite smooth though. I always look at your beard. That looks very. I could quite easily sleep on a pillow made of that beard.
Bristly.
No, not his.
You
no,
could use it as a
mine's
brush.
Bristly. Mine's bristly. Love Dev's looks like a little cushion, little furry cushion.
Oh.
No, chinny little cushion. So you go, Harriet. You'd go for Love Dev. Love Dev. Who would you go for? You can
You.
pick yourself.
Keris.
You?
Me?
Yeah, your hair.
Look at that- look at that hair.
Keris. Yeah.
How beautiful is that silky white hair?
Or grey, we could almost call it.
It's like one of the, those cushions you get when you at the air when you're on an aeroplane and you put it like that, and you got to sit like that. That's
You
You
take
wanna make-
Keris's hair off and
Like
I'm
wear
gonna
it.
make my head into
and
an
then do
aeroplane
that,
cushion.
and then just put it around my neck. So it goes like
That
that.
it. Jonathan, nobody's gone for you, my love.
No, I'm
Yeah,
going to
but
have to
got
go for
any,
myself. I'm going to have to go for myself because I'm not talking about
Describe-
my present hair, but my hair in the past, about 1863, my hair was a ravishing thing of raven beauty with purple and green little glittery highlights like the wing of a crow, and it flowed like a river down my
These are
my
mystery
shoulders.
effects.
It was beautiful. It was a thing of beauty. It was a dark river in which you could lose yourself and never come back. So I'm going to skip that.
Jonathan,
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Right, Joe.
That would have to
Can
be
we
a
get rid of
problem.
that?
Where's your hairiest part of your body at this moment in time, Jonathan?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Where's your hairiest part? Is it?
Is it there?
As I discussed, I think we've discussed before, I have got 3 strategic patches. Just to let you know I'm through puberty, but it's what can I describe it as?
Is it styled?
Yeah, it's ringleted, it's got beads in, it's
Glitter.
what I'm sparse. It's not, I'm not a hairy person. Look at my arm, look at the arms, look at the arms. Can you see this?
Oh,
I don't know if you can see this.
beautiful.
I don't shave or anything, it's just that's how much hair I have. My legs are almost hairless as well.
My mum shaves her arm hairs, which I think is really weird. Like, and she's like,
Especially as it grows back thicker. That's a mental thing.
Well,
to do.
exactly. I'm not that hairy, but I'm not to the point where I'd be annoyed about it. Harriet, what's the
I would-
hairiest part of your body?
Vagina.
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh, that lucky fiance of yours, Harriet. At least nobody gets to see mine.
At least he
apart
knows
from
where
my
it is.
mother.
Like an
Oh,
orphan,
right,
at least you can
let's
find it.
move on. Let's move on. We've got the next one here. It's like, here, Jonathan.
Hello.
What is your favourite library in the UK?
That's not one of mine. Although, seeing as we're on the subject,
That's hilarious.
do you remember though in the Manchester Library, the circular library in Manchester? Though there was the did you ever come to it? Have you never been to Keris? You probably haven't. The Manchester's got this circular library, and the central chamber used to have the most incredible echo, as in literally be any noise would be, and it's like it's supposed to be the reading room. It was the noisiest room in the universe. It was like you drop a pen, it would go everything you moved, go because it was a circular chamber. It was incredible. I loved it. They've refurbed it and it's sort of damped it slightly, which I think is a terrible shame.
Oh,
Because it wasn't hilarious. Any noise you made, if you went achoo,
I would suggest if you are watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers. We are going to go on to one of Jonathan's.
I'm going to
What's your
stop
favourite
talking about
colour?
libraries.
Beige or beige?
You Keris.
Let's get in. I just get it.
Well, I think at my age, beige is a stylish warm choice, but I think grey has its place. Especially, I like the dove greys with that sort of pinky element to them.
Lovely.
I'm not really a winter. I can't wear a dead grey. Do you know what I mean? I mean, unlike yourself, you look marvelous.
Right.
Dead
What
fucking
I don't even know what this word says. Bardcore is the new music genre.
Oh, okay, right. So
Jonathan, tell us.
Oh, there's a whole thing. So obviously,
Yes,
because
you're
I'm going mental in lockdown, I'm spending far too much time on YouTube and the internet. And I've managed to find this thing called bardcore, which is where people have been taking like Lady Gaga, Bad Romance, and turning it into like a medieval madrigal with like viols and harps and things. And it's only just the thing is like several things. And there's so many bits of this that I sort of want to talk to you about. Which one, right? I'm literally, I found it as it's happening. So there it is. There it is.
Let's have a listen.
Yeah, it's amazing. Can you hear it?
Hang on. Oh my god!
It's mental. There's a woman. There's a channel called Hildegard von Blingen, which is a brilliant pun on name of a nun from the 12th century.
Sounds like an old 80s computer game.
It sounds like she's playing it on a. All right. That's enough, Karis. Can I get a mute button? So my point is, it's typical. Like the thing is, I found this. I know they're hilarious. Honestly, it's hilarious. Some of them are actually quite good, but it's also hilarious. I like the fact that it's the first time I've ever been at what you might describe as the cutting edge of a musical genre, and I found it hours after it started happening. And what did I find? I found them doing old songs in a medieval style. I was like, splendid. And so my questions, I suppose my questions to the group were: one, have you ever been on the cutting edge of anything, like the fashionable edge? But the other thing is, because the other weird thing I found is ASMR on YouTube. Oh my god, don't look at that! Like people with microphones shaped like ears so they can lick them. Yeah, that is that.
I can feel that in my ear.
But like now, I thought initially, because I was like looking for something to put me to sleep, and so I thought it was like going, and now you're walking down a country lane, sort of small, but it's not. So it's like people going, it's the weirdest,
and they whisper, don't they?
Yeah, but not whisper words. They just kind of go.
Oh no, there's proper ASMR, like with people whispering stuff.
Yeah,
do you realise?
Or they role play.
Is that like a subliminal message?
No, because they're like role play. Like, hi, I've got my knife, and if you don't do what I say, I'm going to kill you. And like, what did you say? I'm not relaxed.
Do you realise?
And you've been listening to that?
Well, no, I haven't been listening to that. It's just I've been looking for things to relax me. I'm writing a story that I'm always going to tell, like a nice sort of, and you're walking down a country lane, and because I thought that was ASMR, so I've been trying to write a thing that I'm going to do to help people sleep, and then as a result of that, I've been researching it and finding that actually there's a whole there are some of it is nice, sort of relaxing, pleasant, and some of it is fucking. So I just wondered, one, have you ever been on the cutting edge of a movement? And two, what's the weirdest thing you found in lockdown on the internet? That was kind of my
I was going to say quickly.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that I can't say her name? She's next to the bed. She whispers.
Your mother?
Not my mum. Not my mum. Mia begins with an A.
Alexa, dim the lights.
Alexa,
put the lights down.
Don't you tell it. She's only voice acting. She only listens to my voice.
But she didn't last time. You managed to turn your lights off.
She whispers in the night.
You can get her to whisper.
Yeah.
So it's not her plotting against you.
No. She'll be like.
Although, have you ever asked Alexa? Say to Alexa, who do you work for? No, you have to. What did she say?
I was built.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can just about hear it.
Alexa, stop it. She said she was built by Amazon, but she's here to answer you.
Oh, they've changed it.
But she said, thank you for asking about me. Have you been on the cusp of anything, Harriet?
Why would you let her in your house? I would never have them. I reckon it's only a matter of time before Alexa teams up with your cat or
That's
your
what Steve
pet.
Hawkins said.
Oh,
then-
yeah.
We got 3 Alexas and 2 cameras.
You're doomed.
Why? Yeah.
2 dog cameras. Wait for this. I'll just show you Mum and Callum in the living room right now. Hang on.
Wait.
Uh,
Is Callum her
Harriet,
boyfriend or your son?
No, son.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I don't like your rug.
You know what? My son has got a little robot, and it's called Vector, and it wakes up by itself and it walks around the table, and it talks,
It's a matter of time. We're all
and it
doomed.
recognizes my face and everything. I'll bring it next time on the show.
Has
You can
this
have a look
format
at it.
ever been used in the comedy club? What,
Really
in real
weird.
life?
What,
No,
Alexa?
David.
No, it's a robot called Vector.
No, not you,
Harriet.
David.
Oh,
I was asking David, and you went, "It's a robot."
Go back.
David Harris wants to know.
Jonathan, I forgot the fucking question. Have you ever been
It was boring, love. It's very boring.
Oh,
You didn't-
cutting edge.
cutting
Oh,
edge?
Have you
Yeah.
ever been cutting edge?
Yeah, I was the first person in Cornwall to have anything pierced. No, like,
Can't be right.
yeah, it is.
Anyway, where
Yeah,
it's not normal.
Apart from ears, you mean?
Oh yeah, apart from ears.
Apart from ears, all right.
In 1 week, I got both my eyebrows done, my nose, and I got this man with Wellington boots in the caravan, and then that done, and then I bumped into my gran, and my gran goes, "Here, Harriet, you look like a Christmas tree." And no one had them, right? And no one would give me a job or anything.
That's
And then
I wonder why.
in the smoking
I don't think
area,
that's the piercings, Harriet, love. It wasn't the piercings. Piercings.
Discrimination right there.
I love the idea you went into a shop and went, "Can I have this done?" And they went, "You want to, what? Do you know what? You want piercings?"
I bet I have to get this encyclopedia out. We've never seen this before.
Love Deb, have you ever been
Yeah.
cutting edge on anything?
No, not really.
Well, wait a minute. So then everyone come up to me.
Over.
asking
Back to Harriet.
about
Back to
my
Harriet.
piercings, and then the next week that everyone had it.
Oh, there you are. You led.
You started
the
off a trend.
Yeah.
And in fairness, now you can't chuck a brick in Cornwall without stunning somebody with their whole face pierced.
There you go.
You did.
All right.
That's
So
Harriet's
we're
part.
going to go back. If you're watching at home, please share the links and get more viewers. That'd be lovely. You can also donate and you can like, comment, and we'll pop the comments on the bottom. Just send us anything. This is spouting nonsense. You can send us literally anything, and we will chat about it. So going back to one of Love Deb's. What would be the changes to our lives if Earth was proven to be flat? Love Deb.
Are you a flat earther, Love Dev?
No,
Not-
no,
no.
no. Well, I don't know.
What's
Have you
the
ever
other
put your
thing?
head?
I mean, the media lies to us anyway, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Hashtag CNN.
I thought you were going to say hashtag BLM.
Hashtag CNN.
BLM.
I don't know. Just all right. Just
BNM.
imagine. Right, the Earth was flat.
You know?
The Earth was flat. We're actually aliens. We came here and we killed all the dinosaurs.
Oh,
So
And we thought 2020 was bad.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
much more shit that we don't know
well,
about.
if it was flat, what? I don't know if it would change
We
anything.
fall off a lot.
Well, it actually probably
Well,
would change a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd have to. There'd be limits to where you could go. They'd be like, "Oh, you can go all the way that way if you want to go to Australia, or all the way that way if you want to go to
No,
America."
no. Oh, no, Keris. No. Flat earthers don't. No. Australia is a fake. What the governments have done. Did you not know this? Flat Earth. This is serious. Honestly, this is honest
What?
flat earther theory. Australia doesn't exist. It is a series of islands out near South America where they have hired actors and constructed sets. And
Home and away.
if you get flown to Australia, you go round and round and round, and then everybody pretends to be Australian, and then you go.
Good game, mate.
I am genuinely not kidding. That is actual flat Earth.
Jesus
Yeah. So
Christ. And what's the reason behind that? Harriet, would the Earth being flat change anything for you?
no, because my fiance thinks that anyway.
Oh
Does
no!
he? Get him on the
Yeah,
show.
oh my god, really? Was he dropped on his head?
No, but it's like what Love Dev said. Like, you know, I'm open-minded. I don't think it, but I think just because we've been told something
True.
forever doesn't mean I'm always gonna believe it. But he's adamant, you know.
Really? Is he in like a secret club?
This is where he doesn't know this, but I always say when we fly anywhere, oh, there's been a problem, we can't fly together. But I've done that because otherwise, if we sit together, he's going, see, look, you can't see the curve.
And then when you get to the hotel in the resort you're staying in, you're like, oh my god, there's been a problem. We can't stay in the same room. I'm staying I've done that one before as well. Different country.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I can't believe you don't. I mean, I do that with my mum because I literally cannot stand her and I don't want to sit next to her. Mum, you've got to sit together. I was like, oh no, it wasn't an option. You're at the front of the plane, I'm at the back, wherever the safest. But yeah, I can see what you're saying in there. That's good. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers. I'm going to move on from this. Flat Earth is come and gone. Harriet, what's in your
This is a serious one.
Oh, right, okay.
A serious one.
All right, let's do this
What
shit.
in your house would you bring on the anti-show? Harriet?
Well,
Is it gonna
funny
be
you should ask
Oh,
that.
hang on, Love Dev's got one already.
Love Dev, is that what you bring on?
I'd bring that.
Where is it from? What's its
Plastic
history?
Buddha.
It's a Buddha.
Alien.
Got it from
What's on
India.
its shoulder?
20 rupees.
I was going to say that looks like composite. That's not even wood.
Was there something on his shoulder?
Yeah. Oh, he's got a little baby.
It's
What?
an iPhone.
Oh, I've never seen that before in my life.
Oh, that's creepy. That.
So Love Dev would bring his tourist tat on to. That's the kind of shit my mum. Like, honestly, if anybody's listening to this and you abroad and you have a market stall, my mum would buy it all because like and then she'll move on to the market stall next to it and buy it all again.
Was she really into car boots?
No,
I used to love a car boot sale.
I mean, I fucking put her in the car boot every now and again. Harriet, what would you take? Don't tell me it's Jackie.
Well,
It's what? Jackie?
Not Jackie.
Oh, no, not Jackie. Yeah, I'm Jackie. No. I'm Jackie. Well, my geography teacher, said to me, and then I said to my friend the other day, Lou, and she went, that's a lie. But my geography teacher gave me the flag to the Mary Celeste boat.
oh,
The actual flag.
Well, this is the point
Mary
where
Mary
it-
I need to Google Mary Celeste.
Yeah,
isn't that's not like
Jonathan probably
Apparently-
went to school with her.
ghost ship. So, which begs the question.
the Mary Celeste? Is Mary Celeste the middle age? Well, no, it's the Victorian one.
Yeah, the one you
Look,
went to school with.
Jonathan, all I know is I've got the flag.
Hang on. Is the flag
Must be
orange? What
it's
colour's the flag?
American Merchant. Oh dear God.
Blue.
Let me
with
see.
like
I don't even know what did it look like?
what, my flag?
It looks
Yeah.
like a flag, love. It's a flag, darling. It looks like a flag.
It's blue, big and blue, and it's got this yellow. It's either a sunflower or a bumblebee. It's in Cornwall, so I haven't seen it for ages.
That sounds amazing.
Well, I've just Googled
Rude,
it and it's
rude,
orange, like an orangey red.
You're
Is
so
it?
quick. I turned my
Is
phone
it?
off in order to concentrate on your
Oh,
fascinating
no, hang on.
conversation
Is it-
with you online.
Does it have a white stripe on it?
No.
Wrong
Is
flag.
it black?
No,
With a
no.
white
Why
stripe.
did my geography teacher tell me that and give it me?
Was it a male or female geography teacher?
Male.
Because he's a cunt. My geography teacher. Why would you do that? Because he's a perp.
Oh, no.
You reckon he gave them to every member of the
No,
class?
because then everyone was fighting
Look,
over it.
I'm gonna put it on my little screen so you
Oh,
can
he's gonna put it on his
see.
He
green
gave
screen
it you
face.
to give you hope, despite how your life was going to go.
Oh,
So, Jonathan, while Lovejoy's putting it up, what would you take on
I've
antique
got
road?
bugger all. Look at this behind me. I've got IKEA furniture. I've got the only thing I suppose I could possibly take. I've got quite a large collection of vintage brooches. It is oh hello, Marie
That's
Celeste.
Got
an
it.
That's an Italian
No, that's from
flag.
Argentina. The Marie
It's the
Celeste.
same frigging
No,
name, Mary
Mary. No,
Celeste.
that's Mary. Marie. Marie. Marie Celeste.
Maybe.
Maris.
Anyway.
It's a
Sorry,
Mary.
I'm
Anyway,
like,
back to fucking me.
sorry.
No, don't be that. No, all I've got this collection of brooches, and some of them are from like flea markets, and it's just possible that among the collection there's one that's valuable that I haven't spotted, but it's unlikely. It's all glass. I'd have thought. I've got fuck all basically. Fuck
It is
all.
Mary. It is that spelled that way.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I stand correct.
Google doesn't lie.
Way, but it's just
Yeah,
coming
it
up with.
There we
It's
go.
an Argentinian boat.
Is that it?
So
Yeah,
it was.
Well,
it was
that's
my
a British
flag.
boat.
Is that the
that's your
flag you had?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Do you have
my
that flag? Is it?
Yeah.
That's
Yellow.
worth a lot of
Yellow.
money, Harriet.
Yeah, that's
the one.
Bloody
the
hell,
one.
that's worth tons of fucking money.
You're sitting on a gold mine.
Wow, we are going to go
Do
to
you
Antiques Roadshow.
remember-
My
I
favourite
want to
Antiques Roadshow.
clarify this. I just want to clarify this. Harriet, did he take you into the?
Do you take you anywhere?
Did you rock his boat?
To give you the flag.
No, it was in front of everyone.
Was he naked when he did it?
So he had the flag round him.
And what was your teacher's name?
Mr. Lawrence.
And is he still alive?
Don't know.
Shall we
Oh.
find
This was
him?
an American ship.
Yeah.
It was an
Find it.
Jim,
American
just
ship.
put that up. Jim, put that up again. Jim. That's a merchant ship.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It means it's a regular flat. It's just like this is a merchant ship. It's just that's what it's all
At
about.
least the goods and stuff.
Right, hang on.
So it
Hang
can't be
on.
that.
We're
you know-
fucking running away with ourselves
It
here.
can't
We've
be
got so much
identified
shit
as
going on.
Mary
It's fucking
Celeste, basically.
brilliant. I'm going to go on. So we've answered that. Jonathan got fuck all. Lovejoy's going to take his piece of shit. And you've got like, your pedo geography teacher. Gideon.
Fair.
Jonathan, if you watch at home, please share the link for us. Do we believe in ghosts, and have we seen any? Now,
Yes.
I've got a feeling Harriet's fucking seen some. Jonathan, have you? Do you? Have you?
Well, I haven't seen one, but I have to be honest. I'm relatively I'm sort of mixed of skeptical. But okay, here's the thing. There's this lady who looked after us as children. She was like a third mum to us because I'm adopted. So third mum. She's absolutely lovely called Auntie Irene. We loved her very much, and she was heading towards 90. And I had to rush down because she had a stroke and lost her sight, and a week before she was going to be 90. Very, very dear to me. And basically, her daughter rang me up and said, "Come." So we rushed down and saw her in the hospital, and that was on the Monday. The following Tuesday, a week on Tuesday, she was going to be 90. On the Monday evening, we were in a bar on Canal Street, Taurus. It's more of a restaurant, really. And about 10:30, I'm sat there with Leon and a couple of friends. And the bar didn't play like banging dance music. It was more sort of, jazzy, cabaret type music. And then suddenly this song came on, which was like a cabaret version of that hymn, Make Me a Channel of Your Peace. I don't know if you know it. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is thingy, let me spread the love. Right. And I had this real kind of weird, where I sort of span out and felt very sort of weird, like I'd taken something, or, like I was coming up on something. And I remember it really because I turned to Leon and I said, "I think Auntie Irene has just died." And it wasn't, I think she's died. I think she's just died. Like, it was really clear. And he said, "Why do you think that?" And I said, I had a couple of minutes where I'd fallen out of the conversation, and this song, the words of the song have been really clear. Make me a channel of your peace, where there is thingy, let me bring la la. I can't remember them. And it was this jazz version of it, whatever, which is a really weird thing, isn't it, to play in a bar? It was so weird to play in a bar. But I was so, and it was, anyway, phone call the next day, and she'd gone to bed. It was her 90th birthday on the Tuesday. That was the Monday night. She'd gone to bed, she died in sleep, and she died about the time that I said that. However, the really point where I went, was we got to her funeral a couple of weeks later, and I opened the order of service, and the first hymn that
He was in
chose...
there!
First hymn she'd chosen was "Make Me a Channel of Your Peace."
No.
Oh.
So and I just. I know it's coincidence. I know it's whatever, blah blah blah. But that felt very real. In that, like something happened there that was not explainable. So that's my. I think that's my closest experience. Is what I would say.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I know. I love shit like that. Love Dev. Have you haven't?
I've got a lot of stories to tell. Actually, a quick one. Similar to yours, Jonathan. When my grandfather passed away, I was in a lift with my cousin, and we was going up to see him because we all knew he was going to go, and the lift stopped for some reason, and then it started again after a couple of minutes. And when we got out, everybody told us that my granddad just passed away. So, I don't know if it was a coincidence, if it stopped at that exact moment.
A lot of stories like this. I think it's almost like people who die, they sort of flick around the people that they love most. They sort of, you know.
I know. I'll just say this quickly before we move on to Harriet. I was in Japan, and my stepdad wasn't well, but we didn't know how long he had left. And when we were coming up from the underground, from the tube, and I turned to my son, and I was like, "Billy's died," and he's like, "How do you know?" And I was like, "Because my phone's just gone apeshit once I've got the fucking signal back and Wi-Fi. So clearly something's happened, and everybody's trying to contact me." There was no greater thing.
Oh, you had us, Karis. You had us with your sincerity.
Harriet?
I lived in a flat, and
did you?
I did, and my the estate agent didn't tell me that the person before had hung himself. I didn't know, and then my friend Lou come round, and she said she could feel a presence, and then I went.
Our friend. Lou.
Yeah. Lou,
right, okay.
And then she got like a string and a thing or something, and then she goes, "Lee." Because I used to just sit on my toilet, piss, going, "Look, Lee, we're both in this together." And then I went. She goes, "Lee, are you here?" And then my kitchen light just goes, da, 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 and then blew, and then I couldn't turn it on again.
No way.
You've just reminded me. The other story that I know is a friend of ours, Eugene, who he was actually called Chinyu. He was from Taiwan. He was here and he was murdered in Whitworth Park. He was killed, mugged and stabbed and died. And the friend he was living with, who was a couple of streets away, said to me, "He's up in the bloody bathroom. He's rattling around and I know it's him. And then when I go upstairs, he's rattling around in his room." And I said, "Well, had you thought about just saying, I can hear you, it's fine, I'll do something?" And he went, "No." So basically my friend went, the reason I had to tell this because it's not obviously he went, Chinyu, Eugene, I can hear you, I know you're here, I'll find somebody. And it stopped happening. And he went to one of the guy's Taiwanese Buddhist friends and said, "I think Eugene's in the house." And he went, oh yeah, okay. And they just like it was a normal thing. They just got round some Buddhist monks and they did this whole ceremony and said, "Oh yeah, the soul sometimes gets lost on its way, and we have to help them find their way." And it was like a whole, is it like the Church of England priest just going, "Oh yeah, there's a whole thing for this. It's a thing." Yeah, they were completely. Yeah, they were just like kind of, that's fine. And it was like, wow, it wasn't. Yeah, it was really freaky because it was so.
I love
Debbie, so creepy. You look like Frankenstein's wife now.
Got a bit maudlin there. That was good. I like that. I said one more thing quickly about Lou. She went for a reading in Australia, and the first thing the woman said, Lou sadly had lost a baby a few years ago, and the first thing the woman said was, "Who's the little girl? Who's the little girl with you?"
Yeah.
Would have been the age of. Anyway, right, we're going to go on to our last section. It is the I can't draw for shit round, and I'm looking at you, and I'm trying to think who's going to be the best out of the three of you. It's probably going to be Love Dev. You've got the task.
I did mine on the computer.
To create a brand new species of animal using parts from other animals. So we're going to go with Love Dev first because he's been working on his all week. Love Dev.
There it is.
Pikachu.
How long have you been? Who did that?
Me
Was that
3 minutes. I did that.
Love Dev age 3. I mean, what the fuck is that?
So this is it's an insect.
Is that a penis on his nose, like for a nose?
No, it's a carrot.
Of
It's a
course.
nose. It's a nose.
Yeah. Cool.
So you see the two little things at the bottom that look like
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah.
That they're like sensors, so it can pick up like heat signal
Yeah.
like a bat, and see them.
Testicles.
No, they're not. They're actually trainers.
There are
The trainers and
not 3.
the Nike trainers. No, he's got 4.
Oh.
There's one there.
Oh,
On his
yeah.
tail?
Is it on his tail? Yeah.
No, it's taking a
Is that
piss.
their token?
It's taking a wee at the moment.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
They're called
Oh.
sneakers, and they
Oh,
sneak
isn't it?
up on people.
Wait, are we supposed to
Um,
name
what-
these things?
What is that the body of?
Tiger?
You don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, the eyes on the back of its head, so it can see
Yeah.
if anyone's coming from behind.
Nice.
Which is why it has sensors at the front. It can't see in front of it. It's really weird. It can only see like an owl.
Okay, cool. And it's called what?
It's doing that. It's called Lavaga.
Lavaga.
Love Aga.
Well done. Well done. I'm thinking once we're all dead, that is the species that is going to rule the world.
Yep.
We're going to go to Harriet next. Harriet, look like you've done something. What the fuck have you drawn?
No, well, I only did. Well, what happened was I thought we was going to do something now, and I've just done a draft.
That's
So
all right.
this
Let's do
Giraffe.
giraffe. I thought you said
This-
giraffe.
I love it already. I love
do
it.
as well. Oh my god, what is it?
The head of an anteater,
Yeah,
and then this looks like the legs of an elephant,
elephant.
but it's not. It's
Does.
actually tree trunks with little people camping their tents.
And it lives on the animal.
And then this is so you can charge your phone.
Thought so.
Nice. Nice.
Everyone loves a socket.
Has it got a name? Because I so wish it'd have a fucking name.
The Antarja.
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 Love it, love it. Camp Antarja.
Antarja,
I like that.
yes, Karis.
I can't wait for this shit. Jonathan.
Oh,
Get off the skateboard.
is that a dragon?
Well,
Disgusting.
It's
It's
got like
got-
a fish tail.
there we go. It's got no. That's the feet of a duck, the legs,
No, that's the corny
feet of a duck,
bit.
legs of a flamingo, head of an ant, neck of a python, tentacles of an octopus, body of a spider, wings of an angel, tail of a whale, and anus of a rabbit.
Hey, this is a rabbit.
There it is. It's quite swollen.
I was going to say, that's quite big for a
You
rabbit.
do like little
Well,
round poo
It's a
drops.
large
I like
rabbit that's
how
been
you-
bummed a lot. It's been bummed
I
a
like
lot.
how the ant's eyes are the same.
As what?
The
bum
rabbit
hole.
anus.
Oh, maybe it can poo and see out of everything.
Have you got a name for it?
Gladys.
Gladys. Gladys. No, I'd love to choose a winner, but I can't out of those three because they're all equally as just fucking despicable and like.
Jonathan,
That one,
really
Karis.
weird.
Jim
You should
can
get
pick
that
one.
as a tattoo.
Jim can
Get a
just say
tattoo.
what he likes.
I'm not
Out of
sure I'm
Harriet,
sure.
Love Debs and Jonathan's. I like Harriet.
I like Harriet's, actually. It's very
Yeah, I
convenient.
like Harry. It's a very good
But-
drawing.
But mine's better.
Looks a bit like a penis, though.
Yours
I
is
like
very artistic.
And I can't
Oh,
believe.
yeah.
A bit like a penis. Have you
Until
got-
it's,
Yeah.
the only
Penis.
two people that have drawn them tonight is Harriet and Jonathan. Love Deb has spent all week on his.
All
Uh,
week on that shit.
I
did it on the computer.
You've done that on not a fucking computer. Right, anyway, we're going to go back to we've gone way over time here. We're going to go back to the facts. Number one, fact number one. Who knew a girl whose kids got taken in care because she left them with a group of swans? This, to me,
Yeah.
sounds like Harriet.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally sounds like Harriet. It completely sounds like Harriet. Everything about it sounds like
When
Harriet.
we're trying to fucking explain the story, there is no explanation. That is just the fucking story. Whose dad almost
Oh,
brought home
I've
Norman
frozen.
wisdom? I can only imagine this.
I think
because
it's Love Dev.
I think it's Jonathan because
Oh.
Jonathan keeps name dropping. Who is it?
Ah!
Me?
No, it's not. It's
Tell you
me.
not,
Yeah. Yeah, it's me.
I knew
So
it,
my-
Love Dev.
Yeah, my dad's a black cab driver, and back in '91,
I mean,
he
I mean,
picked
you
up
could just say
Norman
cab
Wisdom.
driver. You could have just
Sorry?
said cab driver.
Yeah, black
Yeah,
cab,
but
Hackney
black
cab,
cab driver.
Hackney. It's a
Quite
difference.
racist.
Yeah, hashtag black cabs. Okay. Anyway,
Leave it. Just come back
We
away.
ain't got
Back
time
the
for you.
fuck away.
okay, carry on. The story's very good. Carry on.
Jonathan, you had
Jonathan!
lashes, adult teeth, 2 layers of teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, these teeth
Look how
started.
beautiful they are now.
No, they're not. They're awful. But
Oh.
this, luckily, my camera is very low quality.
Okay, cool. Right, we've got into the 50 minutes. Bollocks. We've been
Why are we
Let's go.
rushing? What's the problem here? Do you have to pay
Yeah,
extra if
what's
we
the
go over
problem?
50 minutes? Relax, Keris. Relax, baby.
After 50 minutes. Do you know
Very
what?
upset.
My therapist said don't
Yeah.
spend any longer than 50 minutes in the company of these 3 people.
Ah,
So
but
you
darling,
will
it's
lose
back
your
to your mother if you leave us.
Yes.
Let's carry on.
Yeah, we're ready. We're okay. We can carry on. We're all right.
So just quickly, Love Dev, what have you got going on this
So
week?
every Sunday, I take part of a UK Pun Off show, which is online. Search for UK Pun Off. It's 5 comedians doing puns on various topics.
'Cause you are a
Sunday,
champion.
7 p.m.
You are a champion pun meister, aren't you?
Yes, 2017 UK Pun Champion.
Right time you want it. Jonathan, what have you got going on this week?
I've been really bad and slack, and I've not done Jonathan Mayer Reads, but I am going to get back to Jonathan Mayer Reads. I'm also appearing on Troy Hawk's shows at 6 o'clock on Facebook Live.
I've seen that.
6
It's great.
On Sundays and Wednesdays, I'm a voice. It's not my beautiful face. Tragically, it's his beautiful face, which is a good deal more beautiful than my beautiful face.
I mean,
Annoying.
I would.
Honestly, darling, I had the best time. Let me tell you the story about us in Cardiff sometime.
Okay.
Fucking
Next time. See that? Viewers coming back for more. And Harriet, what are you up to, my love?
Same thing every week. 8 o'clock every Wednesday. Mental show.
I enjoyed doing that. That was
you were
good. Yeah.
wonderful, Jonathan. You
Was
were
it all
really
right? Because I
good.
was
Yeah.
terrified.
No,
I
this
was,
is lovely, but chat amongst yourselves.
no,
when we're
shut
there.
you, Karis. You don't have any reason to shut the show down. It was a
I'm coming
good
back.
show.
I've
I
got
enjoyed that.
shows on the award-winning Barking Tales. There we go.
Multi,
So
multi.
Harriet's award-winning, Love Dev's award-winning. Jonathan,
What a lovely.
Jim's
I won
award-winning.
second prize in the flower arranging contest in 1977.
1977, the year before I was born. Anyway,
Paris, what are you up
Wow,
to this week?
You couldn't tell from your face, Karis.
I've got 4 shows on this platform with Comedy Hotspot. We've
Just this
got
platform. Nobody else.
Eh?
No. All right.
just this one, just
Just
this.
this. Just you.
Mondays, I've got Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
They're very good.
Anyway,
They're
you guys
very
have been
good.
fabulous. Thank you for coming back, the Dream Team. You guys brighten up my week.
Love
because,
it.
because as much as I'm going through it in the week and think that I'm really depressed and mentally unstable, I then spend an hour in your company and realise things aren't as bad as they could
No,
be.
sorry, not an hour, because apparently you can't do more than 50 minutes, can you?
I know, but we were together at 20 to 8.
Right.
That's true.
Barely,
Anyway.
just barely.
Big thank you to Love Dev, Jonathan, and Harriet. This has been Spouting
Bye,
Nonsense.
thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
See ya. Love, I got.
Thank